Okay, so for today's writing prompt, we're going to look at this story, which is My First Kwanzaa Book. It is clearly a children's book, and we're going to be looking at it because when people write books for children, they make the points in them very overt. You don't have to wonder what the meaning is. They explain things very forward, because kids, they have a hard time figuring things out, and so they just like to read a plain message. And so we can get that plain message because we are older and it is very obvious to us. The writing prompt questions that I'm going to ask you, because this relates to American identity, is 1, how does Kwanzaa differ from other holidays? And then the other one is, how does My First Kwanzaa and the idea of Kwanzaa in general relate to the concept of American identity? So think of how this holiday is different from other holidays with which you might be familiar, and think about how this relates to American identity. So this is where the tie-in is. Okay. So this is My First Kwanzaa Book by Deborah M. Newton Chocolate, and it's illustrated by Cal Macy. And then it's got, this book belonged to Micah in 1992. So that's how old it is. So it's My First Kwanzaa Book. Making sure you guys get to see the pictures. Okay. This is the inside cover art. Fruit and desert. Okay, so, introduction. Lighting the first candle of Kwanzaa season is always a big thrill in our household. For 7 days, we celebrate the joy of African harvest and culture and the joy of being a family. Each night, by lighting the candles of Kinara, we celebrate Kwanzaa as a holiday of lights. During the Kwanzaa season, African American children may wear brightly colored designs that reflect the bold, brilliant textiles rooted in African art and life. This book is about a boy who celebrates Kwanzaa with his family and learns something valuable about his heritage. The African language of Swahili is used to present the 7 cherished principles of the Kwanzaa celebration. As you learn about and enjoy Kwanzaa with your children, remember that Kwanzaa should be celebrated as a holiday of shared harvest, shared memories, and shared belief. My dream is that one day soon, Kwanzaa will not only be an annual celebration, but truly a way of life. Have a happy Kwanzaa. Signed, Debbie Chocolate. Okay, so I'll read and then I'll show you the pictures. When Mama says it's Kwanzaa time, Daddy helps me dress up in an African shirt. Mama dresses like an African queen. And in the corner it says, December 26, Umoja. This is the picture. And Grandma comes to visit with good things to eat. And then it says, December 27th, Kuji Chagwila. I don't speak Swahili, so you gotta bear with me on the pronunciations. So there's Grandma coming to visit with good things to eat. When Mama says it's Kwanzaa time, Daddy flies our red, black, and green flag. Mama hangs our map of the motherland. And it says December 28th, Jima. And I help light the colorful Kwanzaa candles. So there they are lighting the candles. And it says December 29th, Ujama. When Mama says it's Kwanzaa time, we tell family stories each night to make the holiday special. When Mama says it's Kwanzaa time, Uncle Preety reads me stories about Africa. So there's them doing family stories and Uncle Preety reading to him. When Mama says it's Kwanzaa time, Grandma and I spend time together stringing African beads. And it says December 30th, Nia. They're stringing beads. When Mama says it's Kwanzaa time, it's time for a family reunion. With aunts from Georgia, with my uncle from the army, and with cousins from all over. And it says December 31st, Kumba. There's all the family. It says, and on the last day of Kwanzaa, we share gifts and hugs. That lasts until the next Kwanzaa comes. Then it says January 1st, Imani. Okay, and that's the end. That's the whole story right there. And then the afterword, which has the picture of the father and little boy putting out the African flag, it says afterward.